It's no secret that critics and the general public just don't see eye to eye anymore. I think there is a group of people that do agree with them, and they probably have the same political leaning because you can't get a job as a critic at one of these outlets like The Guardian or a video game area like IGN unless you have the same political leanings as them. It's just a fact. If you have any kind of political ideology that is to the right of Stalin, you don't belong in mainstream media. They'll kick you out. I've seen it several times now. You're gone. It's one of the problems with the area. So Ghostbusters Afterlife is going to be the next casualty of these losers as they go around and make fun of fan service and pandering to old fans, which apparently this movie does. So bad, in fact, that they're calling it problematic pandering. Whatever that means. Old Scott Mendelson, who somehow manages to pick the creepiest photo of himself for his main profile picture. Doesn't that look like a guy that's like following you home from work? You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't you get a better picture, Scott? I don't understand it. I mean, there's some good examples of this. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, right? Here's a Rotten Tomatoes comparison. Critics hate it. Audiences seem to have loved it. I mean, you got 5,000 verified ratings at 84%. I bet if I just went through all of the ratings and took the verified part off, it'd be over in the 90s. Then you've got the critics giving it a 60%. Look no further than Dave Chappelle The Closer. 43% rotten from critics. 96% for the average person. I'd say that that's pretty damn good. How do they explain this? Well, they're not the problem, right? You're the problem. This is from Vice. Rotten Tomatoes reviews are the culture war's new battlefield. Right-wingers are angry that critics do not have the same taste as right-wing review bombers. Notice how they put that. They put right-wing in there 2 times. I guarantee you, okay, it's not all right-wingers that are downvoting or that are upvoting and disagreeing with critics on Dave Chappelle The Closer. I'd bet lots of money on that, to be honest. And it's not all right-wingers for Venom and Ghostbusters and so on and so on and so on. These people are just out of touch with the average American. The average person in general. They're just not in the same touch as everybody else because these people are limousine liberals, as Nerdrotic likes to put it. They're limousine liberals that sit up in ivory towers, drink Starbucks all day, have purple, blue, whatever hair, and live in, urban cities that are detached from people that live outside of them. Not everybody lives in these areas, and because they live in these areas, they have a far left leaning usually when it comes to political stuff, and they see everything through that lens. It's part of their identity. In some ways, it's like a church to these people. So if they have something that goes against their religion, they're going to vote it down. And that's why you see stuff like Dave Chappelle's The Closer get review bombed. This is why you see Ghostbusters Afterlife get review bombed. By the way, when they review bomb stuff, it's never political. It just must have been a bad movie that time. Are all a bunch of hypocrites. But now, if they're not the problem, you're the problem. You're the problem. And it's always right-wingers. You don't like this movie? Oh, you're a right-winger. You didn't like that comic book? Oh, you're a right-winger. It's never, maybe it's just shit. Maybe not everybody agrees with the politics. I think a lot of people agree with the stuff that Dave Chappelle said in The Closer. I think a lot of people agree with everything that he said in that across both sides of the aisle. Sometimes I forget to mention that just because someone leans left doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's the people to the far left that are the problem. Okay, people that are in the middle or lean left, a lot of good people in that little spectrum. A lot of good people. The problem is the people that go far left. Those are the people that want to tear everything down, rip people to shreds, cancel people. Those people are the problem. They got the most political power. So, I think a lot of people agree with what Dave Chappelle said in all of his comedy specials, to be honest, and it hits home with people, and the critics don't like that. So, what do? Oh, you didn't like Dave Chappelle The Closer? Well, you're a right winger. You're a racist. They said Dave Chappelle. So, I forget who said it, but somebody was running around saying Dave Chappelle had white privilege. What a joke. Okay. Larry Elder, that guy that was running for governor in California, they said he's a white supremacist. He's the face of it, apparently. People are seeing through this shit. And this is why stuff like The Closer, you don't have to agree with everything Dave says, but he has a right to say the things he says. I don't agree with Dave Chappelle 100% on some of the things he says, for the most part. But for most of the things he said in The Closer, I agree with. In fact, most of his stand-up shit that he's put out, I agree with a lot of it. So, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Venom, it's not that it's never them. It's always you. They never blame themselves, which is, pretty typical for the far left because they're all a bunch of narcissists with huge egos who never see anything other than, what their view is. So, I don't know. It's just funny to me, which is why I wanted to make this video. I'm not going to read through this article because it's a bunch of nonsense talking about basically why critics and regular people are, in line. It couldn't possibly be but that people are sick of woke stuff. The documentary about Dr. Fauci, I can't believe people didn't love that. These people view politics as a religion. It's their life, and that's why they use all of their power. This is written by someone who probably sees everything that's political as a religion thing, and they're using their power advice to write this article. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Here's the new standpoint now. It's not you, or it's not them, it's you. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to Yellow Flash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.